The Siren's Lament. I want to tell you a story. In the quiet coastal town of Ravenshore, nestled between jagged cliffs and a relentless sea, a legend was whispered from generation to generation. It was a tale of a haunted shipwreck that appeared on the rocky shore during the darkest hours of the night, whispering its story to those who dared to listen. The townsfolk called it the Siren's Lament, a ship that had met its doom in a terrible storm long ago. Its wreckage, they said, had been lost to the depths of the ocean, never to be seen again. But the sea had other plans. Every year, on the anniversary of its fateful sinking, the shipwreck would rise from the watery abyss, emerging from the waves like a phantom. Angela, a curious and brave young woman, had heard the stories since she was a child. The Siren's Lament fascinated her, and she often found herself drawn to the desolate stretch of rocky shoreline where the shipwreck was said to appear. As the date of the anniversary approached, her curiosity grew into an obsession. On the eve of the fateful night, Angela gathered a group of friends who shared her fascination with the legend. They brought lanterns and blankets, ready to witness the spectral ship for themselves. As darkness enveloped the coast, the group huddled together, scanning the horizon for any sign of the cursed vessel. Then, as the clock struck midnight, the sea came alive with an eerie symphony of whispered winds and crashing waves. From the inky depths emerged the ghostly silhouette of the Siren's Lament. Its time-worn timbers creaked and groaned as it settled onto the jagged rocks. Angela and her friends, captivated by the sight, approached the wreck with caution. The ship, though battered and half-consumed by barnacles, was a haunting beauty. As they drew closer, the whispers grew louder, a chorus of lost souls seeking to share their story. Angela pressed her ear against the ship's rotting wood, listening intently. In hushed tones, the ship began to speak of its ill-fated voyage. It told of a captain, driven by greed, who had ignored the warnings of the old sailors and pushed the ship into treacherous waters. It spoke of the terror and chaos as the storm raged, of sailors clinging desperately to the rigging as the ship was torn asunder. But amidst the tales of despair, one voice stood out, a haunting melody that wove through the narrative like a silver thread. It was the voice of the ship's resident musician, a young woman with a voice that had once entranced all who heard it. Her haunting song had lulled the sailors to their doom, leading them to their watery graves. As the story unfolded, tears welled in Angela's eyes. She understood that the ship, like the lost souls on board, was forever bound to the sea, cursed to relive the tragedy that had befallen it. The Siren's Lament was a ghostly reminder of the price of hubris and the lure of a deadly beauty. Angela and her friends departed the shipwreck, their hearts heavy with the weight of the tale they had heard. As they looked back, they saw the Siren's Lament slowly recede into the crashing waves, disappearing once more into the depths of the sea. The ship's whispers, now distant, echoed in their minds, a haunting reminder of a tragedy that would forever haunt the coast of Ravenshore.